Lesson 10.7, Rational Equations Level 1. So it's going to be very similar to the lesson we just did. Extraneous solutions could occur again. Those are those extra answers that we get, but when we plug them in, they don't work. The good news is we don't have to do a lot of checking. The only thing you're worried about is if the denominator equals 0. That is undefined. You can never have a number divided by 0. So if you ever try it on a calculator, any number, 10 divided by 0, divide by 0, error, you can't do it. 1 divided by 0, can't do it. So I don't want my denominator to be 0. And this kind of comes back to our factors. So if x were -1, -1 plus 1 would make this 0. So I just have to make sure I don't get a -1, and if I don't, then I don't have to check it. All right, so we're going to put our whole number 2 over 1, so we have all these fractions. This x plus 1 stays grouped together. So that has to be my least common multiple because I don't see anything different I have to worry about. So I'm going to put brackets or parentheses around this whole thing, and I'm going to multiply by x plus 1. So on the top, so remember this is over 1, I would get 2 times x plus 1 over 1, which I'm not even going to put it over 1 because it's just still itself. Minus is important. I would like to go ahead and see that these are canceling out, and then I get a minus 3x. But if you're still not getting that, you can go ahead and say, well, negative 3x times the x plus 1 over x plus 1, and see that these things cancel. Then equals, again, these x plus 1s are going to cancel, so you would have just negative 5 over 1. But again, if you want to put negative 5 times x plus 1 over x plus 1. So what I've got now is 2 times x plus 1 minus 3x equals negative 5. And then you solve. Distribute. Combine your like terms. 2x minus 3x is negative x. Subtract 2. So negative x equals negative 7. So if negative x equals negative 7, positive x has to equal positive 7. Or there's really a times negative 1 here, and you divide. Okay, and then number 2, what's your whole number over 1? Again, I see just the x minus 7 as my denominator, so that is my least common multiple. So I would see x times x minus 7 over x minus 7. Those will cancel out, so I could have seen that they're diagonal, they'll divide out, leave me with just this numerator, minus. I don't see anything that can cross cancel since this is over 1, that would be minus 7 times x minus 7. I'm not going to put it over 1. And then here, these would cross cancel, but I'll have 7 times x minus 7 all over x minus 7. Cancel, cancel. So I've got x minus 7 times x minus 7, a lot of 7s, equals 7. Distribute through negative 7, that would be negative 7x plus 49. Combine your x's, that would be negative 6x. Subtract 49. Divide by negative 6, so x is 7. How ironic. But I want you to notice, because I already forgot on number 1, this answer of 7 is okay, because 7 plus 1 doesn't make 0, it makes 8, so that's fine. But in this one, if I plug in 7 here to check, 7 minus 7 makes 0. I cannot have something divided by 0, so actually that doesn't work. There is no solution, since that was the only answer that I got. So again, just make sure it is not like the answer to this factor, right? When we solved these, we set them equal to 0 and got the opposite sign. So if it plugs in and makes this 0, it's out.